Hi everyone, Metaphysical Mama. Clear the energy before I start. And I'm just going to finish reading Death Rites, or actually read it from I think it's Vampires. Is that right? Les Vampires. So this is Death Rites 11, Part 2. Saying goodbye, formal occasion, honoring lives. For many beings, the reality of death seems to be the ultimate cruelty, the vampire that steals the life from so many. And without it seems any order or reality. For death, it is true, visits us all, whether we are young or old, or healthy or suffering. For all of us, beast and beauty, there is a time for the end to come. But there are angels of death, appointed by the universe to help us move from one side to the next, and to avoid staying in between, without moving on, transforming. For the soul who dies well, who has a good death, there is a transformation through the realms that divide the living from the dead. I'm going to dedicate this reading to our friend Jane. This is for you, Jane. Guiding you through the realms, eternally, forever. For this to take place, the angel of death does not only come to assist the soul, but they assist with the ones left behind. And what comforts those who remain on the earth are rites, ways to say goodbye, honorings and reverence, and memories and mirth. It may be time for you to consider those who have gone from you, or who may go, and know how you would honor them, and remember them, and send them on their way. What rites will you prepare? Ones to help carry the soul into the arms of the angel of death? Consider what will comfort you when you are on your way too. Know that it is not morbid to contemplate the ending of this mortal time for you. There is so much beyond that last breath, that last glimpse of light of the sun. So the angel of death assures us. But her job is to stay in the borderlands. She knows little of heaven, for it is a memory. She knows of humans, and of the creatures of the earth, and their souls, and of taking them across the veil. If you are deeply grieving and in pain, this card signals that you will soon receive divine support, relief, and assistance. Wills and legal documents may be about to enter your life when this card comes to you. Consider, too, the legacy you will leave when you have departed. Consider your children and their children. Consider the well-being of the animals and the plants, your library, your keepsakes, your little treasures. Begin the journey of safeguarding these now. And I'm going to say more in a mental space and like going through internally, because this is a little deep on the physical level, which also absolutely applies. So, right, and so however this applies, right, we want to apply these words. This is quite deep and heavy, so, but We are all dealing with a lot of loss, and any loss is a death. Whether we lose a job, we haven't been able to, right, live our, say, in rabbit ear parentheses, normal lives. We've had to, in parentheses, kill many things, or, right, allow many things to go, let things go, right, to transition into, right, living a new way for a while, etc. So that's a definition of death and rebirth. And then there's, and then we just had a friend pass away, actually after getting a V shot of my image, right? So, like I said, this is for Jane, and it applies to all areas, and we're honoring the life of Jane and of all those have come before us and that may come after and are going, and etc. Right? We don't have a right. We don't have a right to say put our twist on things. We just want as much love as possible, support, and if there's other things going on, right? Again, discernment. So, right, paying attention to what arises, say, from the dead within you at these times, and taking a look at it and allowing it to, right, pass away, pass through, and then however else this applies. Always please take what resonates and leave the rest, and breathe when you feel anxious, right, to get that weight off of your chest. More than once it usually takes to generally do the trick, right? And you could hum out when you breathe. Sometimes we can bounce a little, jump around a little. Your body's a body of water, so we want to get any debris, any funk, get it out, right? That's what we want to let go of. So sorry, I'm going to keep reading. Went off on my little wave there, per usual. Okay. So, but her job is to stay in the borderlands. She knows little of heaven, for it is a memory. She knows of humans and of the creatures of the earth and their souls, and of taking them across the veil. And that's why I stopped, right? Because that's is what we're all kind of seeing different things within the veil right now. So be very patient with yourself. There's many definitions to any word, so allow a word to bloom with many petals, like a seed, right? Don't allow it to let you get too carried away with the belief that you have attached to it, or the feeling, right? It's like, notice when we start to get carried away, right? Get anxiety, carried away, because in those moments we're ejecting part of ourselves, right? So we're kind of going out of body. We don't want to go too far, because then we start to think that we get stuck in a delusion, etc. We went on the train of thought on a negative line. We went with a negative thought and took that train, so now part of us is over there, kind of thing, right? This is like in quantumly speaking, right? Our thoughts and our feelings, right? Your train of thought, where does it take you, right? What are the patterns? What routine do you generally take? So we're trying to take a look at those things and okay, allow it to be a little more fluid and not quite so solid and factual, where it gets a rise out of us and triggers us in a negative manner that we start scattering, fragmenting like bullets, right? Like that's like the whatever it is, right? We don't want to fragment ourselves in that manner, because that's how we do such. So it's like, come back home. Tell your pieces to come back, nice and clear. Okay, she knows the humans and the creatures of the earth. Okay, if you are deeply grieving and in pain. This card signals that you will soon receive divine support, relief, and assistance. I already read this. Sorry, I'm reading again. Begin the journey of safeguarding these key. Okay, I'm just going to read it all. Wills and legal documents may be about to enter your life. If you already heard this and you don't want to, just fast forward a little bit. Who knows? I'm a skipper. I feel like I need to reread the whole thing. I don't want to start in the middle. Just from the paragraph I started. I'm not going too far back. Relax. Wills and legal documents may be about to enter your life. When this card comes to you, consider too the legacy you will leave when you have departed. Consider your children and their children. Consider the well-beings of the animals and plants, minerals, insects, extraterrestrials, other things seen and unseen that we don't know shit about. All. Named and unnamed. Begin the journey of safeguarding these now. They will not matter to you beyond this life. It is true. Not as they do now, nor in the same manner. As you enter your next lifetime, they may not even be recalled at all. But those who you may leave will know them and know you through them. Let yourself live on and know who will keep your memory bright as a candle. And you will look from time to time and be glad and be able to send messages of comfort. So this is a little, there's some, this seems kind of, anyway, I'm gonna keep reading for a sec. This is all very beautiful because this is, in the real here and now, and I'm in many places at once, so I feel, so my train of thought goes right out into the air. Okay, blessing. Honoring the ones who we have loved and who have left can be a beautiful way to come to terms with their absence. And that can be in so many ways, right? We're split apart from people, right? Again, we've had to, right, leave our lives, leave parts of our lives, leave people in our lives. So this goes on whether you're living or actually passed or others have passed, right? So apply this in the many different areas that it deserves to be applied to, kindly and respectfully and humbly. So, yeah. Okay. A beautiful way to come to terms with their absence and a way to help their soul make the transition to their new life beyond the veil. Evidence of life beyond death. Curse would be feeling that death is final and losing hope in the purpose of life. Trapped by grief. Ooh, that's so many, I know. Working with this card. It's time to work. I was about to say, that's so funny. I'm doing a fear series, and the first sentence in this is, it's time to work with any fear you may have around death and dying, and transform this through preparation, contemplation of your legacy, and considering the interactions you have had with deceased loved ones. And those in your present life now. I'm going to add to that, right? Because this is what we're all, it's like Saturn return. So to me, this, right, again, this goes through all layers. Everything's relative. I never only just focus on one line or one meaning. So this has a lot to do with what we're all going through now with the CV, the said virus, which again, I'm gonna actually do a video on that as well. The word virus, what that means, the word, the etymology of some words, just to break them down and have some fun with them, bring some more perception, perspectives, perceptions, views, knowledge, awareness into like, right, more meanings, because it can mean one thing, you know, at one time and place, and another, or from another perspective, or from another one's point of view, right? Or no two people are ever going to perceive anything the same. So we can agree in a lot of areas, but we're still not going to necessarily see it the same. Right? So the reason we have so much division is because so many feelings get tangled up with negative, right, stinking thinking, and then what we think we're doing and supporting is for something good, but we're causing virus and death and disease. So on that note, you know, it's very important, I think, at this time, to take death rites seriously, in the manner of taking yourself serious enough to be playful with yourself, first of all, during this time and all hard times, because we can beat ourselves up the best and the most. And it is very important to do these things kind of on a regular basis, whether it becomes daily or weekly, but to go through the thoughts and feelings, detach from what no longer serves us, what doesn't belong to us, discerning what does and does not belong to us, as far as, right, a feeling and a thought, not just allowing them to run rampant all throughout the world. The world is a vampire. So vampire, vampire, tomato, potato, potato. Love conquers all. I just flew through that page, so it's the truth, and we all live in proof, whether we're right. Do you know that? What's that old? Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones and make my bread. I just say that jokingly because, again, that also, right, everything has so many meanings. Right, the labyrinths of our mind, where we can become entwined. And then we start shooting shit out like little porcupines. Because we've been drinking toxic wine. How I like to rhyme. I'm just playing. I'm being really silly. I think I need to eat something. And, and I think I just needed to bring this up a beat. Yeah. So, yeah, I want to just actually, bring very much love again to our friend Jane, and there's many songs that go with that name. And Mr. Noodles was super lucky to be able to fill a space in Jane's life, and vice versa. She was a savior to us, and a super native, sovereign, ancient elder mama from the giant race. Her energy is bigger than the wind that she's carried on, and I'm just gonna allow her to keep soaring with the most love and support infinitely possible. One love, blessings all. Mwah. Peace out. Till the next time. Don't be a porcupine. We need to all carry each other through these times. And through all. When we slow down a little bit, we start to realize that we're holding on a little bit too tightly and gripping too tightly to anything. Well, I don't think whatever is being gripped on to would enjoy that. Would you? And thoughts are things, and energy is everything. Energy flows where thought goes. We use the word emotion because it's energy in motion traveling through our vessel, our body. Up and at 'em, up through our left foot, crosses over, pops out our right temple. Boop! So we got like a nickel. It's funny, I always say penny, and nickel just came out. So that's an interesting Freudian slip. I wonder what that means. 5 cents instead of 1. 5 to 1, baby. 1 and 5. Oh boy. I can't believe I just sang it. No one here gets out alive. You get yours, baby. I'll get mine. Gonna make it, baby, in our prime. Or if we try. I forget which way it goes. Maybe Mandela effect. Anyhow, doors of perception, right? One love.